Musk versus MAGA. You got to love it, right?
Tonight, as President-elect Donald Trump is preparing for a widespread immigration crackdown when he takes office 25 days from now, we're seeing a crack between some of his top advisors and his MAGA base. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both facing major blowback from their own supporters for not only backing, but encouraging offering more visas to highly skilled foreign workers. Over the Christmas holiday, Musk posted this online saying, think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be.
I love like how he's trying to like rationalize with the lower intelligence. He's like, think of this like one of your home team sports teams. But it really does like, this is how you get intelligence, is that you have to start rationalizing things of like, oh, this is kind of just exactly like this thing. Oh, it works the same. Everything works the same. There's not really that much of a separation. And really, there isn't. There's people, places, things, you know, but it's all the same.
He later added, I'm referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. He's talking about H-1B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as
I believe it.
But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at $65,000, with another $20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S. Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture.
Dude, they're coming at every. I love how they're going head on and they're just like tearing apart American culture. They're keeping the same. They're actually resurrecting the real values is what they're doing.
That venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell.
The rationalization is hilarious.
Or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. But that argument is not going over well with Trump's MAGA base, certainly not online. Some of them saying, we did not ask them to engineer an immigration policy. Tech wants indentured servants, not high-skilled workers. You don't even know what MAGA immigration policy is.
Oh, Matt Gaetz said, we welcomed the tech bros when they came running to our way to avoid the third-grade teacher picking their kid's gender and the obvious Biden-Harris economic decline. Do you think Matt Gaetz, wow, he's going against, oh my God, Matt Gaetz is pissed. Whoa. No, yeah. Whoa. You've got to engineer it. Like, what? Why not? Why turn back now? I don't get it.
Now, Trump himself, who I should note restricted H-1B visas in his first term, has said on the campaign trail this time around that he did want to make it easier for educated foreigners to work in the U.S.
What I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges, too. Anybody graduate...
It just seems like they're backpedaling on the immigration, but they're not. They're actually saying, hey, you do this, you get smarter. We need smarter people in the country. I completely agree. I'm alone in this motherfucker. My God. No one understands shit.
Graduates from a college. You go in there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country.
My political sources tonight are former New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio,
I don't know
CNN
what's
political
wrong with
commentator
that.
and Republican strategist
You don't have to be rich to go to college.
Michael Singleton, and also CNN economics and political commentator Catherine Rampell. And Catherine, you have covered this issue for a long time. Can you just lay out what we're looking at here in this divide between what Elon Musk says he thinks would be the best for the United States and why we are seeing something that we have not seen, frankly?
Well, Elon Musk is already proof, you know. He got into this country, and he's staying in this country, and he's from South Africa, and he's the richest guy and the most intelligent engineer that anyone's ever seen in their lifetime.
Almost at all lately, which is a lot of people in the MAGA universe outright disagreeing with him, arguing with him, and breaking with him online.
So Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy in this particular case, I think, are exactly right. America's ability to attract talent from around the world is basically our economic superpower. The fact that, in particular, we've been able to attract high-skilled immigrants quite reliably in this country over the past century or so is why we have this enduring leadership in science, tech, and business. So just as an example, of all Fortune 500 companies, about half of them were founded by immigrants or the children of immigrants. And of the Nobel laureates, American Nobel laureates who have received prizes for the hard sciences this century, about 40% of them are immigrants who came to this country. So again, this is our superpower, and I'm very glad that Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy recognize it. I very much hope that they are able to influence Donald Trump on this particular issue, but I'm doubtful about it because, just as you mentioned, in his first term, Trump was actually quite hostile to legal immigrants, in particular, by the way, high-skilled.
These aren't illegal immigrants. I mean, I totally get it. They're not just coming here under the radar, living a very hidden low life, just washing dishes. No offense to anyone like that, but if you're putting effort into making this place better right off the bat as a young person, young adult, yeah, there's rewards to that. It will incentivize people to come to America to work and go to school and make the system better.
Legal immigrants. He made it really hard for them to come here, not just those who wanted work authorization, international students who cross-subsidize American students, by the way. He basically harassed them and made it very difficult for them to keep their legal documents in order. That's because, as much as Trump has said, he only objects to illegal immigration, he's very much in favor of legal immigration. His policies don't bear that out, and that's partly because Stephen Miller is the one who was the architect of Donald Trump's immigration policies last time around and will probably do so again this time around. And is
yeah, it just seems classist. But when there's engineers helping to make things better, hopefully for the better and not just their pockets, yeah, you can understand it.
Unlikely to adopt the sort of Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy view of.
But it looks like all they're doing is prioritizing human life as just intelligence and working hands. But that goes the same with getting a dishwasher. Every little piece of the system matters. So from the top engineer to the person, the illegal dishwasher, without them, the system can't run.
Thanks. Yeah, Stephen Miller's getting a huge job in the West Wing. He's been around Trump for the 4 years he was out of office. And sure, Michael, as the Republican here, I wonder what your view on this is, because this is happening within the Republican Party. I mean, these are two top advisors to Trump, the MAGA world, who are kind of framing this as the true believers, who say, we asked for stricter immigration policies. That didn't mean coming with a carve out for high skilled workers that they say are taking American jobs here.
Yeah, look, I think with all due respect to Mr. Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, they should focus on saving federal dollars for the taxpayers and not immigration policy. I understand some of the points that Catherine made, and I agree to an extent, but I think the U.S.
I think what people are mad about is that, Trump is talking, they're talking about things that don't really matter for the basic American mind at the moment, and they're just like, what about us? What about the people that are actually here? Stop talking about immigrants. What are you going to do for us? And I think that's their problem right now that they're going to need to recognize and fix. You're going to have to It's like America in 2024. We work off of instant reward. So you give us a little treat in the beginning and we're going to be all happy. And then you can probably go blindside us and go do a bunch of bullshit or whatever the fuck you want. But if we're not getting that instant reward and you're already talking about something that no one ever talked about and you're avoiding us, yeah, I can understand why people are pissed.
Focus more on domestic skill development. Studies also show that H-1B1 exacerbates employers hiring individuals from outside of the country when they could potentially hire minorities, for an example, which we know there's a shortage in the STEM fields. There are significant.
Yes, but no one's going to college, man. I mean, we're living in idiocracy right now where I understand both sides. We need to pull the best out of the world to make this America the best.
Significant number of Americans who I think would love opportunities if they had the proper training and skills to operate in.
We have the proper training. We have it here. We have the best facilities, but no one's using them.
Those jobs fairly well. So why not start and focus there? I'm not of the support or mindset, Caitlin, that we should let in more than the 60,000+ that were already let into the country. Do we have some deficits? I certainly understand that point, again, to what Catherine was sort of alluding to. But I think by focusing on increasing domestic skill development, you can decrease the furtherance of those deficits by virtue of saying, you know what, we're going to spend more of our time, more of our dollars educating our own citizens to compete for these jobs versus saying, let's increase to 100,000 or maybe even more for employers to bring in individuals from India, which is a predominant country where many of them come from. I don't agree with that at all. And I think folks in the MAGA world have every right to be angry with Vivek and Elon Musk.
Yeah, well, that's it.
They're just thinking too far ahead. That's what it is, plain and simple. They're thinking too far ahead. They're introducing all these ideas. But I also get their strategy. They're like, introduce the most ridiculous shit at first. There's so many psychological strategies you can go about this. And they're doing the real raw dog, hardcore one, where the people of this country, guys, you guys are, I don't know if Vivek is he's probably a millionaire. Elon's the richest man in the world, a billionaire. Give us something.
Interesting point, because I saw that argument being made, but also I saw Mark Cuban, Mr. Mayor, responding to that saying, well, and I think we have what he had posted, quoting to Elon Musk and Vivek, saying, well, everyone, argue college is overrated. If you're arguing we need to have more homegrown engineers, don't we need more kids who are going to college? I mean, I think he's being a bit sarcastic there, but that is kind of the dual arguments that you see sometimes from this political orbit.
Look, I see a couple of things going on here. First of all, I have to say I agree with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. I think
I think that overall it's the right decision. But you're just taking it too hard on the American people. No one is up to speed to understand that other than hyper intelligent engineers.
Pointing out the reality that we're living. You could say, and I hear Shermichael's point, I disagree with it though, because I think it misses the fact we want to get to the place where we can maximize the use of our own talent in this country. Let's bring in the best and brightest from all around the world. Let's really make our economy stronger. Let's become even more tech dominant. That's the way, in fact, to elevate the whole country and to create more opportunity for Americans of all kinds in the tech field. So I don't know why on earth we wouldn't want to grab all the talent out there, especially because if we don't, our competitors will.
Elon Musk isn't the most charismatic, smooth guy. You see him talking, he's like fumbling his words. It's like he's afraid to really be confident, so he does it in his work. But yeah, he's not the smoothest guy.
I think it's also fascinating that we're seeing this kind of open conflict. I think it's going to be the first of many. And of course, that speaks to the question of Elon Musk's role. I think really soon we're going to see more divergence between Elon Musk and Donald Trump. It's natural, given each of them having the power they have. I think that's going to be a very, very important storyline in 2025, that these two people who appear to be allies but really have very different interests start to diverge issue by issue. We saw it also during the recent budget fight. I think we're going to see it on issues like artificial intelligence, where
I mean,
climate, where Musk has been in a different.
There should be absolute pushback with everything. There should. We should question everything these guys are going to do, because it's going to. They're trying to think as large as possible. So, like, not to stop them, but to let them know that you can't just do whatever you want. They're still rich, capitalist, power-hungry fuckers, bro.
Different place than Trump. That's going to have ramification for how successful Trump can be in general. And then finally,
it's funny how all these people are just taking initiative to be like, Trump's not even doing anything anymore. He just sits back. But he kind of needed that because he was on his own for the longest time.
I mean, look, for the MAGA world to be turning on their own this quickly. This is also an interesting question. They almost look like Democrats here. It's like, so I say this lovingly as a Democrat, like we have an ability to eat our own very quickly sometimes. Well, this is fascinating. Here are these heroes just a few minutes ago, and they say one thing that a lot of the MAGA world disagrees with, and suddenly they're being villainized. That's not good for that coalition.
Yeah,
No,
I think
terrible.
that's interesting in terms of what the West Wing will look like, too. I mean, Elon Musk is not coming in, Catherine.
But think about it. The seed that was planted the week before, everyone said President Musk. So they already built a foundation to put people in a frenzy and take back the media as it being drama-filled, libertarian, not libertarian, but liberal, far leftist vibe, how it was, a cancel culture. They snuck their way back in with the President Musk shit, and now they're going to even emphasize and inflate this drama right now. So there might not even be that much drama, but they're taking every opportunity to make it look ridiculous.
But in an official capacity, but he's in the room. He's always at Mar-a-Lago. Trump jokes about how he's always often there. He has dinner with him regularly. Between that and the tech moguls who have been parading down to Mar-a-Lago to also have dinner with him, I wonder what that looks like with this divide that is so clear between Stephen Miller and what he has been advocating for and what we know he did in the first term, and what this looks like with a new big advisor in Trump's ear like Elon Musk.
Trump seems to listen
So Stephen Miller is a former senior advisor to the president.
to the last person he heard from. So if that is Elon Musk, it might be Elon Musk. If it's Stephen Miller, and as you point out, Stephen Miller will have a very powerful job in the next administration, it's probably going to be him. Frankly, I don't think Trump pays all that much attention to the nitty-gritty policies that are taking effect under his watch, which is probably why he doesn't even realize.
He finally built an army on his side, a very powerful, outspoken army, which they're not going to back down for fucking shit, dude. He didn't have that.
That last time around, he did a lot more to reduce legal immigration than illegal immigration because Stephen Miller was running the show. So I think that whatever Trump says he wants to do, the actual people who are executing the policy at the end of the day will be making the decisions.
On Sugar.
Right. But like I said before, guys, he's coming in too brash. They're coming in too brash. If you were to just give us something, if he said, we're sending an American $100, do you know how you guys they could go do whatever. They're like, $100? Yeah, I need that. It's only $100, but everyone loves something free. There's a lot of people that never get any handouts. Nothing free. So $100 is a lot. But like I said, you have to incentivize us. But they want to come in with like boot to the door, to kick down the door and push everything around it. And I get how they're trying to do it really hard at first before they're even in office. It's prepping. I trust their strategy because I think that they think that you kind of have to do it because it's a small team versus all the American people and the world, really. Do I think all their ideas are going to be right? No. Musk has stated before he's a really like trial and error guy. So he's like, well, we just got to do it till things the first time you do it, shit's going to fall apart. The second time it'll get better. Third time you might have something. So, he's going to try what he's going to try. And
I should.
yeah, dude. I 100% get it. Let's see if there's anything else on it, because I want to see someone else's perspective on it, honestly. So it's the H-1B visas.
We got about.
That's what they're angry about.
All right. Let's